Good afternoon. This is Sean Golding with Golding and Golding, here to discuss the quiet disclosure versus the streamlined filing compliance procedures. By way of background, this is a common situation many individuals will face when deciding whether they want to safely get into compliance or whether they want to take the risk and illegally make a quiet disclosure submission. So, quiet disclosure occurs when a taxpayer, typically an individual, becomes aware after several years of non-compliance, well, one or several years of non-compliance, that they're out of compliance for various unreported offshore accounts, assets, income, and investments. They read some of these horrendous fear-mongering and scaremongering websites and suddenly imagine that the fuzz is going to break down their door, rip them away from their family, throw them in prison for 20 years. 99% of the time, nothing like this ever happens. These websites make it sound like the taxpayer is going to automatically get hit with a 50% maximum value penalty or $250,000 criminal penalty, $500,000 criminal penalty. It generally doesn't happen that way. But with a quiet disclosure, the taxpayer decides to either go back and file several prior year tax and or informational returns together without going through an approved method for reporting. The goal is to hopefully avoid an audit. Generally, it would be a 6-year statute of limitations unless the IRS thinks it's fraud, and then it would be a forever statute. The IRS has made it known that if the taxpayer gets caught in one of these quiet disclosures, the penalties are going to be tough because then what you're doing is you're proactively making an intentional misrepresentation or omission by not using one of the programs. Now, quick practice pointer. This is primarily, of course, when the taxpayer knows that there's programs available and is supposed to submit to them. If the taxpayer didn't know, it's not necessarily going to bump it up to willful. Taxpayer can usually still get into compliance. As an alternative to quiet disclosure, there's something called the Streamlined Filing Compliance Procedures. They were developed initially as they've been around for a while as part of the as part of the OVDP. OVDP was created in 2009 and it ended in 2018. Initially, OVDP didn't have separate standalone alternatives for non-willfulness. You had to generally opt out while you were in the OVDP, and it was a big hassle and it was expensive for clients. Under the Streamlined Filing Compliance Procedures, otherwise known as Streamlined Procedures or Streamlined Disclosure, the taxpayer can make a more streamlined type of submission to the IRS. There's two versions of the program. The main title is Streamlined Filing Compliance Procedures. That can be broken down into the Streamlined Domestic Offshore Procedures, Streamlined Foreign Offshore Procedures. Both refer to unreported offshore money, accounts, assets, investments. But Streamlined Domestic is for non-foreign residents. Streamlined Foreign is for foreign residents. Now, under the Streamlined Domestic, there's a 5% penalty. So when someone does a quiet disclosure instead of the Streamlined Domestic, they don't want to pay that 5% penalty. What many taxpayers, especially expatriates, aren't aware of is that under the Streamlined Foreign program, not only can the taxpayer file original tax returns, FBARs, informational returns, etc., but there's no penalty. The IRS waives the penalty, so there's no what's called Title 26 miscellaneous offshore penalty. In addition, the taxpayer can use the foreign earned income exclusion to exclude the first 105,000 give or take of their foreign income, assuming they meet the requirement. And if they're a streamlined foreign applicant, then they should meet it. They should be able to meet it. They also have foreign tax credits. So at the end of the day, we've submitted hundreds of streamlined foreign submissions. Many of them don't have any tax liability and they don't have any penalty. So there's literally no benefit to doing a quiet disclosure over the Streamlined Foreign Offshore Procedures other than the bad taste in the taxpayer's mouth from having to go through the process and completing the certification form. If the IRS catches the taxpayer in a quiet disclosure, they have made it known that they will, we like to use the word pounce because it's true, on the taxpayer. I mean, there will be an intent to issue willful penalties, possibly a special agent investigation. Their CPA may be deposed. a whole bunch of things that can easily be avoided by doing the Streamlined program. A quick tip, beware of the online fear mongering. We see it often. A few notes. One, willful penalties are not common. It's not that the IRS runs around taking everyone who's submitted to the Streamlined program and throwing them into an audit and finding them willful. It does happen, but it's super rare. We've never had it happen in our cases. And like I said, we've done close to 1,000 of them in Streamlined alone. But we've had people come to us who have been audited, and it's generally because the certification statement was not written properly. FBAR criminal penalties are even less rare. I mean, it's a rare day that someone contacts us or any other experienced attorney that we work with and says that they're under criminal indictment for an FBAR related matter. The willful penalties can get pretty high, but you can also dispute willfulness. So again, if you're out of compliance, you should highly consider the Streamlined program or one of the Streamlined program alternatives to doing a quiet disclosure. We have tons of information on our main website, goldinglawyers.com. We also have a sister website, IRS Streamlined Procedures, to help guide you through how that process works. Again, my name is Sean Golding with Golding & Golding. Thank you very much for your time.